Chris Adams. Welcome to Guitar in Perfect Fourths Tuning, number 34, 6 ways to play a 2-octave minor triad arpeggio in one hand position in the first inversion. So, so that's what we're going to work on. We've already done the minor triads in the root position. So this is basically the same chord shifted up and diagonally, but I think it's worthwhile to do it in the first position and also in the different inversions, the first and second inversions, because you'll get a different sensation as you move up the neck. So by the end of this lesson, you'll have 6 ways to play a 2-octave arpeggio in the minor scale, minor triad, and the same notes in the same order. And there's only 3 intervals: the minor third, the major third, and the fifth. And then the reverse of them as you're playing them up and down, which is the reverse of the minor third is the major sixth, the reverse of the major third is the minor sixth, and the reverse of the fifth is the fourth. Well, not the inverted version. And we'll see why perfect fourths tuning makes this whole exercise easier, because everything is matching and symmetrical, not like cage system. So in the link, there's links in the description to the PDFs and all other good stuff. I'm creating a library of this kind of content, and I also have books that I've written about these topics. So here we go. The C minor triad in the first inversion. This is the whole thing. We'll see it a few different times. So we're going to start on the here on the 11th fret. So here we'll go down. So it's starting on we have the minor third on the 11th fret, and I'll play all these 2 notes per string. So the minor third, the fifth on the 15th fret. Oh, sorry, by the way, this guitar is tuned down to D. So if you're following along, you either tune down or slide your frets down if you want it to sound the same. But I'm not using any open strings, so it doesn't really matter. So on the 11th fret, we have the minor third. So this is our scale. That's what we're going to be working with, just so you get it in your ear. So the minor third, fifth, and then the same fifth up here, and the root here, the third, and the third, the fifth, the root, and then we're going to finish on the third up there. So we start here. We're going to cover 2.5 octaves this way. So we're going to be combining the triad inversions, and because we're in perfect fourths tuning, the shapes are going to repeat. And some other videos I have go into more detail about the inversions. If inversions are brand new to you, you might want to look back in some of the other videos where I go into what an inversion is and how to play it in a little bit more detail than what I'm going to do here today. So these are the notes. I'm going to show you 6 pathways through this set over here, and the music's going to happen when you combine them. And this type of practice, as I say many times, this type of practice is intended for just slowly getting the shapes under your fingers. Just kind of relax, play the shapes, and then you'll find as you're improvising, you're like, oh, this is where, or you're listening even to a tune, it's like, oh, that's the second inversion of a major triad or minor triad, and you'll start to grow this way. My intention here in these videos is just to show you that the patterns exist, and this is what they are, and then you can extend, obviously, from there. So we're going to be playing the notes in order. So every time through the cycle, it's the same notes in the same order, but we're just going to shift the strings so that when we play the root, on the high string, we're next going to play it on the second string, and so forth. And we're going to kind of shift this whole pattern one string at a time, and you'll see. So first off, we're going to do 2 notes on the highest string closest to the ground, highest fret. So we're going to start on the 11th fret here, play the third, the fifth, the root, then the third, fifth, root, and the third. and go back down again. The third on the 10th fret, root on the 7th fret, 5th on the 7th fret, minor third on the 8th fret, root on the 10th fret, 5th on the 10th fret, minor third on the 11th fret. And what you'll notice here in this pattern, we have a repeat of the first inversion. So here it is on this string, on these 3 strings. So, and we're going to go up an octave and play it up here. So we'll see the patterns repeating 4. Next, we're going to go and move the root note from up here to over here on the 2nd string. So we're going to play the same, we're going to start the same way. Minor third on the 11th fret, perfect 5th, root, minor third, perfect 5th, big stretch up to 12th fret, whoops, that's major, then back to the 10th fret. So backwards from the 10th fret, 12th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, on the minor third, then we're back to the root, perfect 5th, minor third. Oops. So root, 5th, and just for completion, we're going to go down to that root over there. Next, we're going to go to, so there's no particular, on a 6-string guitar, the patterns don't really repeat on that one, but here you'll see the pattern repeat again. So here's we're moving the two notes onto the 3rd string. So we're going to start with a minor third on the 11th fret, perfect 5th, root, minor third. Now we're up to the perfect 5th, root, minor third. And then we're going to go backwards. Minor third, root, perfect 5th on the 12th fret, minor third on the 8th fret, root on the 10th fret, 5th on the 10th fret, minor third on the 11th fret. So something you might notice here is that there's the minor triad is a minor triad, minor third, this one, whoops, and then after that a major third. And if we reverse the minor and major thirds, we get a major sound. Much different sound, but we're only changing really the position of one note. Instead of starting on the minor third, we start on the major third. Okay, so we're switching them so that you'll see as you're fingering the notes. It depends. So here's a major third. So by itself, it could be part of the major third on E flat, or I'm sorry, as this is written, it would be F flat. Pay no attention. As part of a major triad, if you go like this, that's a major triad. But if you take the same interval, it's a minor triad. And you can even see like this sounds. So we're going on the root note here on the 10th fret. We're playing the 3rd, minor 3rd, and the 5th. Whoops, sorry. That gives us a classic kind of minor sound. But you'll see if you play starting on the 3rd and the 5th, that's your major. And if you tease your ear and you go, that's a major triad. And then so you think of it, it fits in other places. But then if you go back to the root, so 3rd, it's the same notes, but it doesn't sound as minor as this. But these two notes are the octave. So something interesting to kind of hear and realize that as we're going along, like here's where the major third shows up like on a string pair in the 11th fret and the 10th fret. So in another video, I'm going to go into more about dyads and the way the thirds fit together. But this particular arrangement is really brings out how the thirds work together. And we'll see, here's a repeat of the second inversion. So we're starting here, is our first inversion. And when we start on the next chord up, it's our second inversion. So we have 10th fret, 10th fret, on the 5th, root, and minor third. And we're going to go up an octave. So that's something practicing minor. It's the exact same shape, and this only works in perfect fourths tuning. So it's a win. So if you think about it, in standard tuning, the top two notes would be down a fret, and it would be all kerfuffled. So now we're going to move to the two notes on the fourth string. So this is a very compact way to play this. So we start on the 11th fret, on the minor third, perfect fifth, root, minor third, perfect fifth, root, minor third. So this is very compact this way. It's only covering 3 frets. And we see a repeat, right? Repeat of the first inversion. We go up an octave. And you'll notice, for those astute listeners, they're the exact same notes that we started with over here, but we play them up the neck on the others. It's like, 5 frets up. Same notes. Same notes in the same octave. Next, we're going to go to playing 2 notes on the 5th string. So we're going to start again, minor third, perfect fifth, and we're going to jump up to the octave on the 15th fret, third, minor third, perfect fifth on the 12th fret, root on the 12th fret, minor third up here on the 10th fret, and coming back down. Okay, so no particular patterns on this string, no repeats exactly. Now we're going to go to 2 notes on the 6th string. So we're going to start as always on the 11th fret, go up to the 15th fret, root on the 15th fret, minor third, perfect fifth, root, minor third. If you want to reach that perfect fifth over here, you can do that. So minor third, root, perfect fifth, minor third, root, perfect fifth, minor third. And we'll see here, we get a repeat of the second inversion. So we cover a lot of ground with these 2 patterns. And so we're back to the whole thing now to look at. And so these are the notes. So practice this, practice the first inversion, and you'll see, if you, for those of us who like to work ahead, you can see that and you have a lot of frets on your guitar, you can start at the 15th fret and you're starting the second inversion. And if you go back down and you start the same pattern, the same notes on the 8th fret, you start from the root position. So, so that's that. Hopefully it was helpful. Thanks for watching. These are my books. These are my books. Eventually I'm going to get that right. And I have more on the way. I'm writing one on pentatonics, and I think I'm going to write one on other things. Stay tuned. Rhythms. But I'll work on the pentatonics ones first. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. You can click on the link in the description. Go to my website, Taurus Head Studios, And there's where the PDFs are and some other things I'm involved in. I write code, I write other books, I do, I guess, limited AI artwork, but I have some of that. So thanks for staying and have a great day.